Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to answer 60 questions in the next 60 minutes. And these are just questions that I've collected over the years from different people asking me a bunch of stuff from like brand deals to Amazon influencer program stuff. And some other questions mixed in here. So don't worry, I'm not just going to stare at you for 60 seconds or 60 minutes rather. Actually got another little camera set up here, a little behind the scenes footage. So hopefully it won't get too boring, but just want to see if I could actually do this. So let's go. The time starts now. And the first question here is, and kind of in this section of the first 8 questions is, am I ready? Like, are you ready for brand deals? This one says, how many videos should I have before I approach a brand? This is a very common question. And the answer really isn't how many videos. Obviously, more videos, the better, but it's really quality. So if you have quality content the brands are looking for that are going, if you have a portfolio, I'll put it that way. I would say 25 to 50, 100 maybe if you are really crushing it and you can do 100 videos. You want to give a variety of videos to companies to look at, especially if you're in the Amazon influencer program and you want to reach out to brands. Maybe you want to work with creator connection companies or whatever, or other agencies or what have you. Give them something to look at. So more the better, but more importantly, quality over quantity is going to be my recommendation here. Do I need a certain follower count to get paid by brands? In the Amazon influencer program, the answer is going to be no. You don't have to have a ton of followers or some kind of a follower count. Obviously, if you're doing like more UGC type of work and paid brand deals that way, or sponsorship, maybe that would help you. Anytime you have a bigger audience that you can leverage to get paid, it's going to be easier. But the answer is no. You don't necessarily have to. I gotta be quicker on these. If I'm gonna hit this 60 deals. And feel free to say hello in the chat if you're watching live. Appreciate you. Okay, the next question up here, I think that was number 3. Can I do deals if I'm brand new to the Amazon influencer program? Kind of the same answer applies as the first question. The answer is yes. You may just have to work a little bit harder if you don't have a ton of content, if you don't have an established, influencer presence or whatever in the program. You might just have to work a touch harder. You might get a little bit more creative with your pitches. You might have to get a little bit more creative with your offers, but you don't have to have a certain, whatever. You don't have to be at a certain level to be able to close some brand deals. So, had you signed your waivers? I don't know what that means, dealer red. Appreciate you. Okay, does my niche matter, or will brands work with anyone? Once again, if you're diving in, like I had a saltwater fishing podcast that was super niche. I was able to go close higher ticket deals because of the super niche podcast, quality audience. That was more of my approach for that particular business. In this business, the answer is not so much. You don't really need a ton of you don't really need like super niche. Okay, maybe if you love a certain topic or whatever, maybe your first 25, 50 videos, if you're pretty new to reach out to brands, maybe you have some kind of consistency there. But overall, I would actually make more product videos of different products than I would just the same niche product, especially in the Amazon program. So hopefully that will help kind of give you some ideas there. A ton of people jumping into the chat here. I am doing this vertical as well on a couple platforms. So be sure to subscribe to whatever channel or wherever you're watching at if you haven't already. Let's see how many. I've been doing 3 minutes. I gotta hurry up. If I'm gonna do 60 seconds, or 60 minutes. I better hurry up. Do I need approved for on-site placement first before you do brand deals? Yeah, absolutely. If you are going to leverage the Amazon influencer program, then you definitely want to do, you like how that camera changed. You're definitely going to do, more. You're going to have on-site placement. So on-site placement is going to be key if you want to do brand deals with Amazon influencer or Amazon sellers, Amazon companies. On-site placement is definitely going to help out because that's kind of the leverage point of getting them to send you a product and pay you to do it. Let's see. What does my storefront need to look like before brands take me seriously? Once again, that your storefront's kind of your portfolio, so it needs to be quality content and active is what I would say. It needs, if you haven't uploaded a video in forever, then yeah, they're probably not going to choose you because they're looking for quality content quickly. So it needs to be active. It needs to be good quality. And a variety of products, videos on there. Do I need a media kit? This is a funny one. I will go hard in the paint on this to say I've never done a media kit. I've done over 4,500 paid collaborations, actually probably 4,600 paid collaborations at this point. Not one time have I sent a media kit in this Amazon influencer space. Now, when I did the podcast, those were higher ticket deals. Absolutely had a media kit and had a whole different sales strategy for that. So if you're just like kind of general creator, podcaster, YouTuber, whatever, that might be a little bit more of something that you want to do. I'm actually going to move this to this screen. So actually, I'm not actually. Okay, who cares? Next question. How do I know if I'm actually good enough yet? Well, you can just ask, and if brands say no, then you can just ask them why. And you'll never know if you're good enough until you ask the people who you want to hire you if you're good enough. And if they say no, then you ask why. And then you take that feedback and do what you want to with it. If you decide that you want to take their tips or take their suggestions, then there you go. That's how you become better, right? It's like if you want someone to hire you and they won't hire you, ask them why. Don't just don't take a no. When people reach out to me or I reach out to them, if they say no, we don't want to pay you, or no, we don't want to work with you, I go, why? Like, why don't you want to work with me? Oh, well, this and that. Okay, great. I understand. I'll make it better. I can change it if I can, if it makes sense for my workflow or whatever. And sometimes it's just like, nah, man, you just don't have what they want at all. Maybe you don't have the looks, the personality, the channel. I mean, there could be so many variables. Okay, so that's how you know if you're actually good enough yet. You ask the brands. Speaking of brands, where do you find brand deals and where do they actually come from? So early on, the Amazon influencer space in particular, Facebook groups are pretty hot and heavy with agencies and agents and companies and brands. Majority of the time, companies will reach out to you if they are looking for you to create stuff for them, or they're looking for your type of content or whatever. The more pieces of content you have out there, then the more opportunities that you have to get noticed by these brands, by these sellers. So that's going to be my first thing I always tell people, is just like, make good quality content quickly, make a lot of it in the beginning, and you can go through and decide how you want to choose those products or whatever. But if you want to work with brands, quality content quickly, that's going to be the first thing. Put it on all the different channels if you can. So like your YouTube, your Instagram. If no one knows you exist, then they can't hire you. So put that out there on all those different places, Fiverr, different places like that. Create gigs in those different spots. I mean, that's your next piece of content is your next best salesperson, is what I always tell people. Let's see what else here. And also like Creator Connections is a great place. People sleep on it. It's a great place for lead generation. Facebook groups are, other paid platforms. How do I find brands that are already paying creators? Okay. I'm going to give you guys a hot tip right here. Success, say it with me, success leaves clues, okay? So if I'm on here and I'm telling you, I do 4,500 plus brand deals. I've done 4,500 plus paid collaborations. The first place I'm going to go look is the person's page who told me that. If somebody's telling me they're making 30, 40 grand a month off of Amazon, guess what I'm going to go study? What the freak they're doing, okay? Success leaves clues. So if I'm telling you I'm getting paid by companies and brands, go cheat off my paper. See what you can find. All right, so there you go. That's a hot take for you. I'm going to move on because I'm trying to get through 60 of these. I'm on, I don't even know what number here. Let's see. Should I go after big brands or small sellers? It just depends. More than likely, if you're in the Amazon influencer space like I am, then you are going to go after probably more smaller sellers that aren't household names. Now, I'm not saying don't go after household names, but those household names are probably getting inundated with a ton of requests already. And if you're new to this game and you don't even know what you're doing, then save the pitch to those bigger companies and those bigger collaborations later on in your career. That way you can, have a portfolio. You can have experience. You can kind of know what you're up against. You can kind of figure out the industry a little bit, okay? Too many people want to go right to Nike, but there's plenty of shoe companies under them that will work with you. And the cool thing about Amazon Influencer Program is like you can work with those big brands kinda without having to reach out to them and get free products or get paid. You can just create content about their products and post it on there and then use that as part of your portfolio. Or you can reach out to those bigger companies, say, hey, I want to do a product for you. Maybe not get so crazy on the paid side of it, and then you leverage that content and that collaboration to work with sellers in their niche. Like I did that with the microphone company. We all know the name of this microphone company. They've never paid me $1. I've made a lot of money off of their product videos that I've made for them, not from them necessarily, but by sending that as a part of my portfolio to smaller microphone companies. Got a question here from my guy, Matt Haas. Says, question, should Amazon influencers buy the new M8 Mac Mini? That must have been an announcement today, because that and Dolly Parton is all over my Facebook feed. Yes, Matt, you should. Should every other influencer? I don't know. But you definitely should do it. So that's what you tell your wife. Well, Billy told me I had to if I want to be successful in the Amazon program. That's perfect. Let's see. Okay, what's the next one? I'm trying to answer so many questions. I'm being too long-winded. I need to make these a little bit shorter. Okay, so how do I find the right contact person at a brand? This is great. If you are looking on Amazon, this might be a little bit more difficult. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to try to do is try to see if they have a website. I'm going to go to that website. I'm going to see if I'm going to use a plugin called Hunter.io, and then I'm going to see if there's any emails that say marketing on those emails. So if it's like Beth at marketing, I'm going to go check that out. Or if you don't have Hunter.io, maybe you go to LinkedIn and see if they have a LinkedIn business profile, and then check the LinkedIn thing and see if you can find somebody there who's in the marketing department. Maybe you reach out, via LinkedIn, there, or you go back to their website and try to figure out, you cross-reference these resources and you can find people's information. It's not rocket science, and there's probably other faster ways to do it, and maybe funner too, of using like AI to find some of the stuff for you as well. But kind of, it's the internet. It's a pretty big place. People can't hide too much from you. So that's what I would do if I'm looking for brands on the internet or on Amazon rather. And they can kind of be tough to find because some of these are just like conglomerate companies. They have a lot of products, a lot of brands, that type of stuff. What's up, the Gear Edit? What's going on? Good to see you. Matt Haas, adding to the cart. There you go. Congratulations on your new Mac 6 Mac or M6 Mac Mini. I thought you said M8, but I can't see. Okay. My eyes are 40 years old. Okay, here we go. What's up? Chrissy Fryrose is tuning in from all of her channels here. So appreciate that. No way I'm answering 60 questions in 60 minutes. I was actually going to try to do 100 questions in 60 minutes, but I'm like, there's no way. One, because I just keep forgetting where I'm at. So let's see. Do brands ever reach out first, and how do I make it happen? They do. They reach out all the time. I was just telling my community today, which you can join over at billythorpe.live. You can find out more information about my Facebook group there. But I was just telling them today, there's a bunch of money sitting in your spam folder, on your email, in message request folders, on your social media platforms. There's all kinds of opportunities in there. I check them every day and have dozens of messages that I've not read, not responded to. And those are leads. Those are opportunities for you to reach out to those companies. So, Chrissy called me a slacker, so that is definitely, I see what's happening here. Well, now you've messed up, because I don't know how long left. I've been going for 14 minutes, and I can't math, so whatever time I have left. I'm just going by my little Ecamm clicker, which I didn't start technically. I think it starts like 30 seconds in, so I have 30 extra seconds than I think I do. All right, so let's see. So that is, I forgot what question that was. Do brands reach out first? Absolutely. Sometimes they're in your spam folder. Once again, your next piece of content is your best salesperson. Okay, is cold email still worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think cold emailing is still worth it. I think relationship building is worth it. If you can figure out how to be interesting, right? How to stand out from the next person when you're sending that email. There's creative ways to do that. I'm not going to give mine away on this live show, but there's definitely ways to get people's attention to where they will open the email and go from there. So anyway, and cold calling too. I don't really do cold calling because most of my clients are in China, but if I was in the States, I have some pretty savvy ways to get to a decision maker, which is pretty fun. Are Facebook groups and marketplaces still worth checking? Yes, Facebook groups, I don't know. They're okay. They're not my favorite anymore. Marketplaces like Fiverr, definitely great places. I make a decent amount of money every single month off of Fiverr. It has been really good for my business and definitely something that I do and keep up with. So that is that. Okay, that was 16 questions. Oh my gosh. I think I'm doing good. I think I'm on track. Okay, let's see. What is Creator Connections actually for? So this is, I don't know why I'm going to answer this question, but Creator Connections is an additional commission program on top of what Amazon already pays. So Amazon has their like associates program, their influencer program where they pay small fees. And then the Creator Connections program is where brands can say, hey, we're going to put this stack of money on here for 30 days. And whoever promotes it and gets transactions gets a piece of that big pie. Okay, so that is kind of what Creator Connections is. There's a lot of debate who it's for. A lot of Amazon influencers think it's for us. I personally think it was made for more offsite people bringing traffic to Amazon and promoting offsite. But luckily right now they let all of us, tap into those budgets and have a little piece of the pie, if you will. So let's see. Chrissy Fryrose, to get those people's attention for like what I just said. I'm not saying that on my stream. That's premium information. I'm gatekeeping. I just don't want to get into the whole like sales strategy and whatever that I have for that stuff. Okay, because I'm trying to answer all these questions, Chrissy. Let's see. What I don't even know where is it worth. Okay, hold on. Creator Connections. Okay, should I use Creator Connections for free product or relationship building? The answer is both. I use Creator Connections for both. I think it's a phenomenal place to find leads. I think it's a phenomenal place to audition, if you will, for brands to be able to get a free product collaboration and turn those into paid deals. If you have what a brand is looking for, they will find the budget. Okay, so just because they already, and you already know they have a budget, they're on Creator Connections. They have to put down a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time to be in that program. So therefore, we know that they do have a budget for Creator Connections, and they probably have more than that as well, budget for other projects. I flip a lot of these. I think it's one of the most slept on lead gen sources that we have, and the fact that Amazon gives us open access to brands on there is crazy to me. Let's see. What do I decide? Oh, how do I decide which campaigns are worth my time? I mean, there's a lot of ways to do this, but, a lot of it is some of the strategy is like, what's the sales history of the product? How many units sold in the last 30 days? There's now like how long has it been on Amazon? Those types of things. How long is left on the campaign? Do you want the product? Can you show the product? Can you actually make a good quality video of it? Who cares if it's sold a million times if you can't make a good quality video of it? That's always my question. So I think there's a lot of factors in there of deciding what campaigns, what products, what brands work for you. Just because it has a long history and a high sell-through rate doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great fit for you or for the company. How much time should be left on the campaign before I bother? Some people say 60 days. Some people say doesn't matter. I don't really care. Like, my biggest question is, does it have a campaign? I'm definitely prioritizing those over non-campaigns, but I'll still take non-campaigns if the resale value of the product is high. So there's that as well. Can I message a brand on Creator Connections about a paid deal? I have. There you go. I'm just going to leave that there. What do I do when a brand says no to a paid collaboration? I don't know. Cry? I don't know. Like, whatever, a couple things you could do is one, you just ask why, like, why I want this work, or how could we make it work, or what is your budget? Like, really dive a little bit deeper, just one more layer, and just figure out what's the problem. Like, I'm not one to really take no for an answer. I just think it's like a not yet. So therefore, I'm going to kind of keep digging a little bit to understand their business, and to understand like if they're struggling with something, or if they can't find the value in what I do or whatever, then maybe some other brands are doing that as well. So I'm trying to just educate myself along the way. So if they will give me some more information of like, well, we just don't have the budget, we just started out, you're too expensive, like whatever that looks like, then I think we can, go from there. Chrissy says, obviously. I don't know what you're talking about, Chrissy. That's a delayed chat to me, I believe. When they say no, you tell them to F off. Oh, wow. Okay. That's Chrissy's words, not mine. I don't tell them that. I'll tell them, like, well, wait a minute. There's always going to be a deal. What is the deal that we need to make? Matt, do not encourage her. Okay? Just stop encouraging her. And by the way, real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, especially if you're watching on the Dillbilly HQ, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And YouTube has been putting us to the test right now to see if we can get to a certain place by a certain amount of time. So, subscribe. Okay. And all the channels, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, what's next? What do I have now? How much time should be left on the campaign? Okay, whatever. Can I message brand on Creator Connection about a paid deal? Already answered that. What do I do when a brand says no? Okay, how do I get a brand off the platform and into my email? Huh, this is a good strategy. I'm glad I get asked this question all the time. The answer is find a reason for them to email you or you to email them. And that's all covered in my playbook, which you can check out at billythorpe.live. I have a whole strategy for this. I won't get into it, but just be a person, ask for their email. It's not really rocket science. Let's see. Is it worth requesting products? I'm not sure about. No. I mean, if you don't know what the product is, then how are you going to bring any value in a video? That's always my question. It's like, I mean, there's plenty of products. I'm like, what is that? I don't know, so I don't take it. Even paid deals. Like, I have companies reach out to me who are willing to pay me, $100, $150 to do a video about a product, and I'm like, I just don't know what that is. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't have a cat, and I don't know what a cat toy does or whatever. It's like I don't understand. That was actually an example from today. Let's see what is going on. What's up? Oh, what's up? Wait, YouTube? Why am I on Facebook? Hey, wait, hold on. Stay on Facebook. I just got monetized. I need you on Facebook, commenting, engaging. I need everybody on Facebook. Okay, this is not a question. Now this is like help. Speaking of monetization, get everybody get on Facebook. Let's see here. What else do I got going on? Where is it? I need to figure out my question here because I can't keep up with them. What section am I on? Okay, here we go. Next thing, outreach and pitching. What do I actually say in the first message to a brand? This is always a good question. If you're outreaching to a brand, what do you do when you talk to anyone that you've never talked to before? You just introduce yourself. I mean, it's pretty simple. My message to a brand I've never talked to before is, hey, such and such, I came across your product and I'm in the Amazon Influencer Program, and I would love to talk about collaboration. Have you collaborated with an Amazon influencer before? Or something like that. Just some kind of general question where we can start the conversation, where we can start the relationship. It's like the people who run these companies and make these decisions, they put their pants on the same way you do every morning, unless you're just a weirdo and you put them on differently or whatever. But they're people too. People do business with people. So just introduce yourself. Say what do you want in the email, and you don't have to be like all pitchy and send a big old pitch with money and all that stuff, but just introduce yourself and be super casual. I mean, I think people overthink this quite a bit, and they write books about who they are, and I got this thing, and my grandma taught me how to bake cookies, and your cookie baker makes me happy. It's like, dude, just chill, okay? It's not that serious. Doc Rock says, Billy, I'm going to get you to 1K to 4K by December. See you in 4 weeks. Yes, I'm excited about Creator Camp in 4 weeks. I'll see Doc Rock there, and that's eCamp's Creator Camp. And if you guys have not signed up for that and you want to come to that, it's in New Hampshire in like maybe a month and a couple days from now, and a few days from now. And it is by far the funnest time that I have outside of my studio, which some of you are going to go, well, yeah, you go out of your studio 5 days a week. Good job. Sometimes 5 days a year. I mean, anyway, so we'll see about that, Doc. See if we can get to 1K, 4K. I'm excited about that. Okay. So now let's jump over. What's the next question? Do brands ever reach out? I already talked about all this. I need to keep up better. Where's Chrissy and Matt? Chrissy and Matt should be on this live show. They would keep me going. Here. What do I actually say in the first message? How long should my pitch be? This is the next question. We're talking about pitches here. Your pitch does not, especially in the Amazon program, okay? These are low-ticket, high-frequency deals. Is kind of what I teach, the model I teach. And it doesn't have to be that difficult. It's just What do you offer and how much is it? It's a pretty simple thing. So once you get to that place where you're talking to a brand and they're like, yeah, we actually do need some video, great, here's what I offer. And it's just going to be super simple. If you go to a restaurant and you go, I'm hungry, I want food, and they hand you a menu that's 19 feet tall, and they go, what do you want? You're going to go, oh my God, I don't know. But if you go to a restaurant and they hand you a menu and there's 10, 15 items on there, it makes it a whole lot easier to make that decision. So just make a little menu of your items, whatever that is. If that's just an Amazon video, Amazon plus YouTube video, and Amazon plus usage rights, just make it super easy, and it's just a good starting place, okay? That's what I do. I've closed thousands of deals. Nothing about what I do is rocket science. I just do it a lot. It's just a frequency game for sure. Well, let's see. Where is Chrissy? Well, someone didn't invite me. Well, because someone has to just work. Like, don't just be ready to go live whenever I'm ready to go live, which is spontaneous on a Tuesday. Let's go. Let's see. The creator I keep losing my place here. How long should a pitch be? Okay, answer that. Should I include my rate in the first message? Once again, if this is an outreach message, if you're doing the outreach, then I never include my pricing because really I don't even know what they need. If they need anything, it's kind of like just randomly calling somebody on the phone and go, hey, I sell hats for $15. You want to buy one? Like, that's stupid. You would never do that. So same thing, build a relationship, build a rapport, get to know their business, figure out what they need, if they need your services, and then you can send them some pricing. So I never send my rate in the first message. Now, if they reach out to me saying, hey, Billy, you're wonderful, you're great, you're awesome, you always make good quality content, and blah, 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 which I get a lot of those messages, and you will too. It's kind of a template that people use. Then I reply. And I have a nice little reply. Thanks for reaching out, blah, blah, blah. Here's my rates. And then I do send my rates on that first reply message just to get right to business. Like, you emailed me because you want a video. I'm replying because I want to get paid to make the video. How many brands should I be reaching out to per week? What is your capacity? How many products do you want? Because what you'll find is, especially in the Amazon program, this is going to be a frequency deal. Okay, so it's going to be low ticket, high frequency. That's where I found the sweet spot. Now I'm sure there's some outliers, and people are going to go, "Oh, I get paid $500. I price $500 for everything." Well, pricing $500 and getting paid $500 is two different prices. Okay, and I've priced everything from a $20,000 job to a $0 job. So it just depends on what your capacity is to create content, what your goal is. My goal personally is to get 100 paid collaborations per month. I have a system where I can knock that out in no time. And so I know that, well, majority of mine are now incoming because I have so many pieces of content out there. I'm not really worried about it. But outreach until your capacity is met is what I always tell people. It's like, if you're in the outreach phase, then you're just reaching out. You're messaging brands, following up with brands, following up with companies. Maybe you're doing creator connections, maybe you're doing free collaborations, and it's about, for most people, they're probably getting about a 10% return on their messaging on creator connections. Once you're established, I get about a 30% or so. Just depends on the week, the day, the month, but most of the time I'm getting quite a bit of responses to those. Now, not all of those are closing. So then you're going to figure out, like, okay, if I send 100 messages, I get 10 messages back, I close 3 deals. All right, so now you're what, 3%? So now you can go, okay, cool. I know my average close rate is about 3%. Now, what can I do differently? Can I tweak my messaging, or do I just send it and know that I got to send a lot of messages? Like, you can kind of figure that out as you go. Okay, what makes a pitch get ignored? It could be a lot of things. You could be in their spam folder, right? I had a pitch today that came in. Somebody reached out to me in July, early July. I sent them a pitch back, did not hear from them. And then today I was doing some follow-up messaging, and then they reached back out and was like, oh, yeah, well, you want to collaborate with you. End up turning into a nice little deal. but they just got busy, you know? So there's a lot of reasons your pitch gets ignored. One, you know, if it's a popular product and it's on Creator Connections and that's what everyone's strategy is to reach out to high selling, you know, products or whatever, then they're probably just getting inundated with requests. So you might have to play a little bit different game, go with products that aren't quite as flooded with, you know, people who want to get those. So that it's too long. You wrote a book. Nobody wants to read a book. Okay. Hi, I'm Billy. I make videos for Amazon sellers. I'm an Amazon influencer. Do you need some video? Done. Then go back. No pitching on that first message. So should I pitch a specific idea for their product or keep it general? Either one. Whichever one you think. Majority of the time, like in my business, I've done so much content, I kind of have a formula, a format that I use. So I don't ever pitch like, hey, I have this big brain idea and we can go here and I can go to the beach and be on a float and hold your hat up. You know, I don't do any of that. The price point for me is not worth it of me to get super creative for every project. So I just have a format and they go, well, how are you going to shoot the video? I go, more than likely at this point, I've shot a video for that type of product, like a 3-in-1 charger, a pocket knife, a water bottle. It's like I have tons of those videos. Here you go. Here's the same style of video that you're going to get. Okay, last question, then I'll go to the chat. Do I follow up? How many times? How long do I wait? This is really important if you are going to get into this seriously, to have some type of CRM, have some kind of tracking system that you can plug in information and see when's the last time you communicated with this person. If you are ever in sales, like there's no money if there's no follow-up. I mean, honestly, like to have like a 1-call close or a 1-email close or whatever is pretty few and far between. So therefore, I would follow up pretty consistently, maybe every 5 days or so, 5 to 7 days. If they haven't responded, definitely follow up. Okay, let's see. Paul in the chat. Let's see, what is Paul saying? Do you need to track free products at income based on their value? This is definitely going to be a question for a CPA. I think I know what you're getting at here. You can definitely track whatever your CPA tells you to track is what you want to track. I'm just going to say that. I'm not a tax professional. I think it's interesting to track income value based, whatever. I don't really track it as heavily anymore. I'm selling most of the stuff and it's selling for, you know, decent amount under the retail. How I do it is I sell product. So the value of the product is what the value sold for. So, and that's how I do it. And that's how I've been instructed to do it. So whatever your CPA tells you is what I would say. Doc Rock says, I wear size 8 fitted. All my ideas are big brain. I think I have a bigger head than that. I'm going to have to, maybe not. Maybe not 8. I don't know. Maybe we'll measure. Maybe we'll measure at Creator Camp. Everybody bring your big brains over here. We're going to measure. Now, according to your head size, you should have this size of a brain. So you should be creating 80 pieces of content a month. Why aren't you? You have a huge capacity in that big old noggin of yours. Let's see. Oh, dude, we're getting here. We're getting the pricing. We're at 33 minutes. I'm on question number 33. This is working out perfect. What should I charge for my first paid brand deal? It just depends. I hate to say it like this, but if you're a YouTuber and you got 1 million followers, or you're on TikTok and you got 5 million followers, like your pricing structure is going to be way different than me with no followers on Amazon. Okay, so Amazon Influencer Program, kind of the sweet spot that I found is somewhere between that 20. If it's frequency, it's somewhere between probably 25 to 50 bucks if it's frequency. So I'm working with an agency. They're sending me 10 to 20 offers a month. If I'm doing like one-off products or whatever, you know, that kind of $100, $150 mark is pretty good. If I know like the company is just going to do 1 or 2 products a year with me or something like that. So it's a pretty big world. I always say, like, from home videos to Hollywood, there's a lot of pricing differences. I will go hard in the paint in the Amazon Influencer Program to say that a low-ticket, high-frequency brand deal model, if you have the right workflow, is a great model to use. I don't need to be out here pitching $1,000 videos because I know after 4,500 paid collaborations and pitching all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to close those. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to pitch a $500 deal for a 2-minute video that takes me 2 minutes to do, because I'm just pushing buttons just like this, and now I'm switching cameras and doing all that fun stuff. So I don't feel obligated to charge any higher than that. But because my workflow is really good, if I'm spending 2 hours on a 2-minute video, well, one, you probably need to find a new editing process. But then two, it's like, just good luck, I guess. Like you might want to go build a big audience and try to charge something else. Let's see, what should I charge? Okay, so how do I figure out my rate when I have no idea what I'm worth? I love this question, and this is a big debate. I have this debate all the time with people because in the creator industry, this little sentence of know your value, know your worth is popular, and a lot of people say it, and it's really easy to say. It's hard to understand, and what I always say is know your market. Like and here's how I set this up. Okay, if I'm in New York City and I'm gonna buy a condo, all right, in Manhattan, that market, and it's 1,000 square feet or whatever, that market is gonna be way different than if I go to Bluff City, Tennessee, and buy a condo that's 1,000 square feet. Same thing, way two different markets, okay? So that's true for the video space. Like home videos to Hollywood, Amazon to YouTube, no follower count, big follower count. It's like, those are two way different markets. And whatever those markets are willing to pay is what it's worth. Now, trust me, if somebody showed up with $1 million in Bluff City, Tennessee, and was wanting to buy 1,000 square foot, condo, I would be shocked. Maybe it would happen, but I don't think so. Spending $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million in Manhattan, $20 million, I don't know how much they cost. Not my market. That's probably normal, So just know what space you're playing in. I get the understand your worth, but more than that, understand the market, because you can price whatever you want to. But if the market's not willing to pay for it, then you're not going to close any deals. And unless you are truly big time and the value in the market is there, in the market that you're playing in, which in the Amazon influencer space is not there, then you're going to get cooked. And you're going to get frustrated and you're going to quit. So, this chat, guys, is wearing me out. I'm not even going to read it. All right. Should I charge per video, per product, or per hour? Okay, I love this question. This is another one of those. I debate pricing quite a bit, if you haven't noticed already. So I do not charge per video. And the reason why I don't charge per video is because I get a bunch of products where, every time the iPhone drops, the new iPhone 18 is about to drop, I'm getting a demo model of it. I'm getting a bunch of cases. Well, the cases are just variations, right? So it's like, well, here's one phone case for the iPhone 18 Pro Max or whatever it is, and here's 4 different colors. Well, I still have to open up all 4 different colors. I still have to take all 4 out of the box. I still put all 4 on a phone. I show all 4 in the video. So I'm going to get paid for all 4 of those products. I'm not charging per video because companies will then go, cool, well, just, this hairbrush goes with this hair dryer, put it in the same video. And I go, well, that's still 2 products, so I'm going to get paid 2 fees. So that's just how I do it. That chat, you guys are funny. So I charge rather per product. What was the other question? Or per hour. Okay, so let's get real. The per hour thing drives me a little nuts in any business. First of all, I don't know any business owner that's tracking hours. I've met a lot of business owners. I've been in business full-time for myself for 13 years, or maybe even more than that, since 2003. Yeah, 13 years this year. Actually this month. And I don't know anybody that I know. I'm like, hey man, how many hours did you log this week? And how much money did you make per hour? Not one business owner I know is doing that. Not one true business owner is doing that I know. Unless maybe they are a freelancer and they're logging hours and they have some kind of tracking system or whatever. If I charge per hour, I'd make no money because I work pretty quick. So I charge per product, per video, per whatever. So that's, but the hourly rate thing gets me sideways. especially when you have Amazon influencers who are like, if your dollar per hour isn't X amount, it's like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, it's not a metric that you can easily track, and it's just more confusing, and you just trip over it more than it helps. Because if I'm an Amazon influencer and I'm getting paid off of content that I made a long time ago, and maybe I don't work at all. I didn't work for 3 months last year because I was moving. So does that mean I made $1 million an hour? It's like, how does that even compute? Whatever. I think dollar per hour is stupid, but if I have to, I'll argue my dollar per hour is higher than anyone else's. Like, I made a video earlier today and I just did the math to be funny. I'm like, oh, I made $3,000 per hour. By the time it took me to do that. Yeah, Doc Rock, I agree with you. He said if you're still counting hours, you're doing it totally wrong. And that is an employee mindset, okay? That's an employee mindset. I mean, there's times where I make a ton of money per hour, and there's times I don't make any money per hour. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to take a little sip of water. I'm starting to cough here. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, man, what question am I on? People confusing jobs versus, yeah, that's right. They are confusing jobs versus earnings. And once again, especially if you're in the Amazon program, I see people fretting over month to month. Well, we're in the shopping space, okay? So there's going to be different shopping trends, different months that are higher than other months. And so if you're comparing month to month, I mean, it's okay to like some extent. But if I compare December to January, I am going to quit. I'm going to quit every year. Every January, I'm going to go, man, this is over. Like, it's done. I'm cooked. Just hanging out for the year. The first year, do the work, put in the reps, upload the videos, and just look at it next year and go, okay, my August, everyone's talking about August being down. Oh, man, it's down. My income's down, blah, 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 blah. I'm up in August. I'm up August over last August by nearly 100%. And I'm like, cool, I'm good with that. Whatever. From last month to this month, sure, it's down. But last year to this year, it's up. That's all I care about. I care about monthly, yearly. That's it. I don't care about anything else. Sometimes I'll break it down daily just for funsies. But that's, yeah. Anyway, that's my strategy. I'm looking at the big picture, man. I'm not worried about all this little daily stuff or per item sale, or do I need to email Jeff Bezos because I don't think I got paid right. It's like, don't care. Okay. I'm just moving on, and whatever the system does, it does. I'm playing in their game. It's their rules. I'm going to waste more time trying to get a hold of somebody to fix something I think is broken, which is probably not broken. It probably just doesn't work the way that I think it works. That's probably what's happening. So, all right. All right, let's see. Okay, so I don't even know what question I'm on. Why do you recommend lower prices instead of charging premium rates? I talk about this all the time. It's the market that you're in. I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's the market that we're in, and I just figured out how to, one, study the market I'm in, figure out what the budget is, the average budget of this market, of this industry. What is the demand? Which the demand is super high, but it's super low budget. So imagine if you had a company and you had 1,000 SKUs, and you're like, I need videos for all these SKUs, and somebody, yeah, man, it's $1,000 a SKU. You're like, whoa, this is like too much, man. I'm giving you volume, I'm giving you frequency, and everything in the world is priced on frequency. Like, you go to the grocery store, and there's a reason why Walmart sells hamburger meat cheaper than your local grocery store, because they buy more of it and they get a bigger bulk discount. So that companies selling the same hamburger across the board, but they're getting a discount. When you buy newspaper advertising or ads of some kind, or billboard or whatever, the more you buy, the more spaces, the cheaper it is per space. Now you pay more overall because you're getting more spaces. So arguably I'm making more money off of every single brand and every single deal because it's repeat business, it's repeat customers, it's repeat clients, and I'm racking in that money every single month. I've been working for the same brand, same companies for 4 years. And some of those companies are paying me $5-6 grand a year, and you stack that up, 10, 15 different companies, now you're making some good money. Okay, that doesn't include the resale, that doesn't include Amazon. So do the math, it works. And that's why I do that. And I have a workflow that allows me to do that. All right, I think I'm getting I think I'm losing my time here. Am I undercharging if I take $50 deals? Nope, you're not. $50 deals are great if you can get them in frequency. Should I give brands one price or a menu of options? I like to give menu. We all like options. If it's just, you got to eat this hamburger with 8 pickles and that's all we get, we don't like that. We all like options. Give options. How much do I charge for usage rights? Whatever you can get. I try to charge about $250 minimum for usage rights. I've charged upward to $500-$600 for usage rights. Depends on how they're going to use it. Most of this product on Amazon's got a shelf life of less than 2 years, so I don't really care. And then by some research out there, it says if you're making $1 to $2 per product on average per month, so just say $24 a year on Amazon. If you're doing that per product, you're doing pretty good, or you're doing average. So sell a brand deal for $50. Got 2 years of earnings. Sell the usage rights for $250. Okay, now we're talking years of earnings. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Okay, how much? Okay, what about exclusivity? How much do you charge for that? Once again, you can just charge whatever, $500. You can price what. Here's the thing: you can price whatever you want to, and it really depends on what the content is, what the scope of work is. All the stuff I'm really talking about in this live stream is like one take, multicam. I'm switching cameras. I'm doing one take, and I am done. Okay, I'm not editing. I'm trimming the ends, and I'm sending it. So my workflow is my cash flow. If I'm bogged up on going and shooting at 85 locations for some, swim shorts or whatever, and they want me jumping off the Empire State Building to a swimming pool, like this is going to cost way more money. But most brands that I'm working with don't want that. They're like, yeah, you sit in your studio and throw some B-roll in there. So I take B-roll on my phone. I switch my camera over, or switch my software over, which is Ecamm, to B-roll, talk over it, whatever. I come back, I'm done. So, okay, exclusivity. Okay, do I charge extra to post a video on my own platforms? Absolutely. That's an upsell. That's another line item on the invoice. Like, you may post to Amazon, that's one place. YouTube, that's one place. TikTok, that's another. Instagram is fee. I'm the fee guy. I will rack it up. I'm like the who is it? Who is it when you travel like Experian or something? It's like, or Kayak or whatever. It's like, yeah, this is a $45 plane ticket, but by the time you get done, it's like $400. Like all the rest of the plane tickets, because I just fee you to death. Like I'm that guy. I'm the fee guy. Whatever. Let's see. Do I charge? Oh, when and how do I raise my rates? So when demand is up, the price goes up. So if you have a certain level, say if you're trying to do 50 product videos a month, you hit that 50 product threshold, now the rates go up, right? So it's like if I'm hitting 50 like 3 months in a row, and then I'm like, hey, look, and then new people are coming in, my rates go up for those new people. And then those new people are going to replace those other clients who don't want to go up to the new rates. That's just how it is. If you're busy, demand goes up, rates go up. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that's easy enough to answer. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I'm on question 43 and I have 12 minutes left. I can do this. What do I say when a brand says my rate is too high? Figure out what is not too high. Figure out what you can remove or add to the deal to make it meet whatever the rate is. So if it's too high, what's too high about it? Do you want me to add another platform? I'd always try to add and not take away. Take away money. So I always try to add stuff like, well, okay, I understand $50 is too high for Amazon, but how about I throw in YouTube and TikTok for you? It's just extra exposure to your video. You can put an affiliate link on there. Nobody cares. You're probably going to upload them to there anyway. So you might as well just send it. So figure out what you can do to get them to that rate. Or if they say the rate's too high, then what do you take away to get to that rate? Or you just don't want to do the deal at all. So it doesn't really matter. If you're stuck on the pricing, just move away. No one's making you do anything, okay? This is balls in your court. It's two people, two adults, negotiating rates. It ain't rocket science. It's not emotional. It's just, can we make a deal? Can we not make a deal? If we can't, we move on. And you'll figure out real quick, like if you're not in the right market, you'll figure that out. Or if you're too cheap, you'll figure that out. Or if you're, whatever, you'll figure it out pretty quick. There's enough business here for a lot of people to make some money. All right, I'm just coughing now without muting because I don't care. How do I figure out my rate when I have no idea what it was? That's already a question. Okay. What do I say when they have no budget? Well, I have no budget. I got no time. It depends. If you want the product, in my case, I'm not stuck on budget. I'm stuck on value. Like, is the value of the deal going to work out for me in the long run? So one, is the product selling on Amazon? Does it have a good sell-through rate? Is it a popular item? Does it have a creator connections campaign? Can I resell it and actually make some money? Can I cover the fee plus what I would do already? It's like when people want to send me electric scooters, I hardly ever charge for those videos. I'd always ask. The answer would be like, dude, this is $700. Like, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, I just wanted to know. And then I'd sell it for $500 or whatever. So yeah, you don't have to, you just have to make a decision what you want to do. So if they don't have a budget and you don't want to work for no budget, then you tell them no. Or you look at those other things. A lot of ways to skin a cat, people. A lot of ways to skin a cat. How do I negotiate without sounding desperate? I don't know. I just say what I want. That's all you do. It's just like, it's a business transaction. People are used to doing business. This is not working with people in the southern part of the United States, by the way, okay? Like, if you're working with brands and corporations, they get it. This is not their first go. This is not an emotional thing. This is, are we solving a problem? And if you're going to solve that problem, then you should be willing to negotiate and stand up for yourself and fight for your ideas and all that stuff. And just don't be desperate. So don't sound desperate by not being desperate. Is it okay to walk away from the deal? 100%. I walk away from a lot of deals. I walk away from like 5-10 deals a day. Don't care. If it doesn't work out for me, I'm not doing it. And they'll come back. They'll come back with more deals. They're not one product brands most of the time. It's agencies you're dealing with most of the time. So you can absolutely walk away from deals. I do it every single day, all day long. How do I counter without killing the relationship? Just say what you want. That's it. I can't tell you how many times people get hung up on like, oh, I don't want to offend this person. I don't want to offend this person. Just say like, no, this isn't going to work for me and this is why. And if it's like, well, sorry, it's not going to work for me either, then sure. Neither one of us get a deal. You don't get your content from me and I don't get money from you. And it's totally fine. And you just move on to the next, collaboration opportunity or whatever. Just don't be a jerk. That's it. But just go, hey, this is not going to work for me. Okay, what is going to work? And maybe they come back and say it's not going to work for them. But what is going to work? If you really want to work with them, you really want the product, you really want the deal. If you say relationship, that means relationship. That means good, bad, and ugly. That is a real relationship. A relationship is just not like, hey man, you're great and awesome. I've gotten into some back and forth with brands that I still work with to this day. But early on, we didn't see eye to eye on the scope of work. We didn't see eye to eye on the end project. And we just went fisticuffs in email and then came out of that thing and solved the problem. So I offend people just being alive in America. People want to be offended by everything. It's crazy. I mean, which, you know what? It gets views. So me too. I'm offended. Let's see. What if they want more deliverables for the same price? That's your decision. If it makes sense for you, if the deal makes sense for you, then do the deal. I always just try to figure out, first of all, everything has to be done before I get the product. Like, I'm not negotiating terms after the product gets to me. I'm not renegotiating prices. I'm not renegotiating any of that. Like, whatever is in the deal is in the deal when I get it. And then if they want more deliverables on top of that, then that's a price. That's a fee. But if you have a price and they want to get creative and go, well, you know what? You're going to do Amazon and YouTube. Can you throw in TikTok? I don't know. Like, is it going to hurt you to upload something in 15 seconds? Like, is that going to kill you? Probably not. If you haven't noticed, I'm tinted. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe that matters, but I think everybody's just on edge about everything. Maybe if we could just pay our bills, right? Maybe if we could just live a comfortable life on a decent salary like the olden days of the people who telling us we're not working hard enough, maybe people wouldn't be so agitated all the time. But anyway, how many minutes I got? Okay, I got 6 minutes probably ish. Why do some brands say they don't pay commission when I ask for a fee? Because they don't pay commission. And by the way, some brands, you might want to clarify, because some brands, when they say commission, they're talking about a fee, a creator fee. I call it personally a creator fee because a commission, to me, being a sales background, is when I sell something, I get paid a commission. I get paid a percentage of that deal. A lot of these companies overseas, they call this a creator fee, is essentially. So I try to change the terminology. I try to just call it a creator fee. So if they say they don't pay one, they don't pay one. Then you got to figure out what you want to do with that. How do I handle a brand that keeps trying to lower the price? Either justify your price or walk away from the deal. Like, you can fight for it, negotiate for it. All right, let's do a few more here. Here we go. I'm gonna make these fast. Should I ever make a video for a free product only? Sure, I do it all the time. This is a great way to build relationships. And if I want the product, can resell the product, absolutely, I'll do it all day long. There's a little flashlight company called Woobin. I know Doc Rock is familiar with those guys. I will do videos for these guys all day long because I love their product and they resell super fast. Anyway, okay, there you go. So yeah, you can. It's a great way to build a relationship, and you can always ask for money later. Some people say you can't, but you can. I've done it a lot. I started out $5 brand deals, doing $200 a month, and then I'm able to now like 10x that on average. So most of those start off with free or very cheap. When is free actually a smart move? When you can leverage it later for paid collaborations with the same brand or for other brands. I talked about the microphone company earlier, very popular, never paid me a dime. I've made a ton of money off of those videos because they are what I say, hey, look, I collaborated with this company with this video. You're a microphone company, send me your microphone. Because when they see the brand and my face beside of it, the value just went up. So that's when it's pretty smart to do, is to leverage those that way. Let's see, should I make it? What do I do? How do I take a free deal without becoming a free creator? I don't know. Just don't always do them for free, or just specify the deal. Go, hey, look, I'm going to do this first one because we haven't worked together. Especially if you're new. Now, I don't do this. If I want to get paid, I just want to get paid. And if they don't want to pay me, I walk away because I've done this 4,800 times. 4,900, actually. 4,904 times I've done this. So I have a huge catalog, and they probably are going to be hard-pressed to not find a product video of a product similar to theirs. Okay, so I don't really have to do this, but you could say, hey, I'll do this first one for free just as a thank you for reaching out or whatever, doing a deal with me, and then the other ones are paid, and we'll talk about paid collaborations moving forward. That's totally fine. I've done that quite a bit. Oh yeah, Woobin, 100% great product, absolutely. Alan always sends me flashlights. Yep, I don't work with Alan anymore, but I did. I gotta get some of those Woobin lights. Get out of here. Okay, I just found the remove from broadcast and add to broadcast on those chats. Tell me you don't do chats without telling me. We get a few more. We get a couple more minutes here. But what do I say to move a free relationship into a paid one? Once again, this is going to be like, are you busy? Are you too busy to do paid or free? Then that's going to be paid. It's just a real simple ask. What if the free product isn't worth my time? Don't do it. Do I have to keep the product? Can I sell it? 100%. I make a lot of money every year selling products. Sell that stuff. Good Lord, don't be like Matt Haas and just keep a room full of shit. I mean, sell every last thing that you can sell. Sell it. Sell it. That is just money on a shelf. Do me a favor. Take all the products that are... Okay, so right here, I have products that are sitting on a shelf. Okay, these are products that I have to do videos of, but they are obviously taking up space. So go in my office right next door here in my other room, and I can go in there, and there's 6 totes of stuff, and I can just do the math. What does my office cost me per square foot? Divide that by how much square footage is taken up in your office. That's how much money that crap sitting around is costing you. It is costing you money to store that product. So take the square footage it's taking up, divide that out of your mortgage, your rent, whatever, and that's how much money is actually costing you. And you can make a lot of money and just sell on Facebook Marketplace, sell it on Whatnot, All that stuff. Don't be like Matt. Sell it. I got a lovely monitor from Billy for a great deal. Sell your stuff. That's right. I think everyone in this chat, except for Paul, has bought something from me. And that's the beauty. You can like give people great deals. You can hook them up with great deals and still make money because you have zero cost of goods, people. Jeez, I can't even imagine. It's like resellers would just fall over for the kind of deal that we get because we have no money out. It's all profit, 100% profit. No money out. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Oh yeah. Stuart got stuff from me. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Stuart's like one of my top customers. So should I sell it? I hope you know the answer. I've already said it. God, sell it all. What do I do with products piling up in my house? Sell it. Sell it. Jeez, sell it. All right. I think I got 2 more questions. I've already went over my time. I think I got to 57 questions in 60 minutes. That's not bad. 57 questions in 60 minutes is not bad. It's not 60 for 60, but I said I'll do 60, so I'll do 3 more. 3 more. Here we go. What do I do? Wait, what do I need to agree on before the product ships? Everything. Where's it going to be posted? How much money are you getting paid? Do they have rights to it or no? Everything you need to do. Do I need a contract? I don't do contracts. Jesus, I do so many videos every month. If I did contracts for these low ticket deals, I'd spend more money getting a lawyer to look over these contracts or whatever. And I would spend so much time back and forth. I don't do it. Okay. So far, so good. Knock on wood. It's all worked out for me. No contracts. That's 60 right there. You guys are awesome. 60 questions in a minute, in an hour, and 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's not too bad. All right. So I was going to try to do 100. No way I would have gotten through there. I talked too much. But anyway, so awesome. So that's 60 questions. Hopefully that answered a bunch of stuff. I shot this in horizontal and vertical. So look out for those shorts, people. You think I was just doing this for funsies? No, this is a repurpose project. And anyway, there we go. Too much time spent answering questions not to repurpose the content. So I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. I got monetized on Facebook. So you're going to see these things all annoying you once more. All right. Good stuff, Doc. Hey, I can't wait to see you in a month, in a couple of days, a month and 2 days probably. I'll see you. I think I fly in on the 27th. And if anybody is interested, I don't know if there's still spots. It's limited to 100 seats for Ecamm's Creator Camp. Okay, so go to Ecamm. I think is it Ecamm? Go to ecamm.com. Right on the top banner, it's Creator Camp, September 28th through the 30th. I'll be there on the 27th and through the 1st. Well, I'm leaving early on the 1st, but the 30th, there's going to be like a party to end the camp. You don't want to miss it. It's the reason why I'm going. Okay, let's just be honest. I mean, sure, I'm going to go there. I'm going to speak. I'm going to talk about making money with your content. I'm going to have a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I'm going to hear the Ecamm crew sing karaoke. Okay, this is the best thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so funny. It is so good. They're all good. I think that's a part of the application process is like, you want to work at Ecamm? Yeah. Can you sing karaoke? No, you're out. Yes, you're in. Everybody on their team, I'm talking everybody, was singing karaoke. Oh my God, it was so good. So anyway, be there or be not fun because that's going to be the funnest time. And I actually, last year, funny story, and then I'm going to end this live show because I got to go home. But last year, I'm at the party, the karaoke party. People are, and I'm planning on going home. I'm planning on going back to the hotel early. I got a super early flight. I got to wake up at like 3 a.m. And I just like got to go. So it's like probably 8:30 and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then all of a sudden, no, I'm not singing this year, man. We want it to be a fun event. That will not be fun. And I probably won't be able to talk by then anyway. So I'm here. I'm chilling. I'm about to walk out. I'm about to leave. I don't know, maybe it's 7:38. I don't know what time. But I'm going to be a grown-up. I'm going to make good decisions. I'm going to bed early. And then all of a sudden, Ken and Glenn, the twins who own Ecamm, take the mic. And I'm like, what? I am not leaving. Like, I have to see this. So anyway, I ended up staying up way too late. I don't think I got to bed till like 11:30 or midnight. And then I missed my wake-up call at 3 a.m. I sleep through my alarm at 3 a.m. And then somehow we hear the phone ringing. And so my roommate, Kirk Nugent, was there. So we pick up the phone and we're like, oh my God, I got to go. So I run down as fast as I can, throw myself in the car. I go as fast as I can to get in the car. The driver's taking me back to the airport. And then he's like driving. He's kind of calling. He's not really calling me an idiot, but he's frustrated. Reasonably so. I missed my wake-up call. I missed getting in the car at the time I was supposed to be there. No shower, no teeth brush, hair's all over the place. I'm a hot mess, tired, rubbing stuff out of my eyes. And I'm like irritated at myself. I'm feeling bad for this dude. And then he's like, he just turns around and goes, it's time for plan B. I'm like, what the freak is plan B? I didn't, what's the plan B? I don't know what the plan B is. He's like, I want to find the nearest hotel. I'm going to drop you off and you're going to call an Uber and they're going to take you the rest of the 30 minutes. And fair enough, because he's like, dude, if I'm delayed 30 minutes from getting you, that's going to delay me like an hour. So now I'm going to be like an hour late for everybody. I'm not going to do that. You're out. So I get dropped off at this random hotel. I call an Uber. Uber comes and gets me. I get on the plane. However, this year, that was the reason I took a little more time to book my ticket. I was thinking it through. I'm like, okay, I'm not leaving until like 11 or noon or something like that. And so I booked my ticket for like way later in the leaving day. Because I'm like, I'm not missing this karaoke party. This thing is so good. It is so fun. So, but anyway, all right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys have a great night, and we'll chat with you later.